Hey, what's up, guys? I know what you're thinking. Here I am again with another battery, and you're right. This one's a little bit different though from the other one I got. This is from Chins again because I've been very happy with the batteries that I've put in my camper from them. So got another one here, 12 volt, 200 amp hour. The reason I got this one is because this is their smart battery. It's got the low temperature heating, which for what I'm going to be using it for is probably going to be beneficial. So this one's actually going in the boat. We got a different trolling motor. It's still a 12 volt trolling motor, but it kind of goes through the power. So in the manual for the trolling motor, it says between a 100 and 200 amp hour battery is ideal. So obviously this is going to be at the max end of it. And yeah, we're up here in Minnesota and it gets cold out. Our mornings are typically cold, except for in the summer. But I thought something with some low temperature heating would be good because that'll help protect the battery and make sure that it's ready to go for when we're fishing in the, especially in the spring and the fall. So looking at their spec sheet here, so what we've got is the smart batteries, so 12.8 volts, if you guys can see that, 400 amp hour. And so for the nominal voltage is 12.8, charge voltage about 14.6. Thing weighs 50 pounds, so it is heavy. But I think for the size, it's not bad. It comes with these pretty stout carrying handles, and obviously for my situation, once it's in the boat, it's staying there, so I'm not going to be, you know, taking it in and out. But this thing's got a lot of power. For the charge temperatures, it could go down to, it says minus 31 Fahrenheit. I would never be charging it at that rate. I mean, our water is going to be frozen by then. But it's nice to know that this thing is at least useful and can even discharge down to minus 4 degrees. They don't recommend storing it colder than that, and like I said, for us, there's no way that I would be even considering using it at that time, or that temperature rather. So not a big deal for me. But for these lithium iron phosphate batteries, they don't do as well in the extreme frigid as, say, like a lithium ion. But again, for me using it in the boat, I'm not going to have a problem with that. So what I wanted to do is just sort of quick show you. I got this, I put a little bit of a charge on it, but not too much. So let's check our state of charge right now. You guys can see that. So we're at 13.27 volts on the fluke meter. We'll set that aside for a second. Let me sort of refocus here. All right, so wanted to show you a couple things here quick. I'm just going to put the charger on it, and we're going to allow it to start taking a charge. This is actually just a power supply that I have. The charger that I'll be using for it is not this. Obviously, in the boat, it has its own charger. But as you can see right now, we're at 14.38 volts and charging at 10 amps. So that's good. That means everything's taking a charge. Sort of the cool thing about this unit though is that it has an app. So check this out. So when you open it up, what you want to do is open up your app and click connect. Now I could connect to my GoPro, or obviously what I want to do is connect to the battery itself. And as you can see, so if you had several of these, you can pick the correct battery. So for me, since I only have the one with the Smart BMS, Bluetooth BMS rather, 12 volt, 200 amp hour. So I connect that guy. Down here you can see Bluetooth 4.0 connected, and now we're connected into the battery. So on the app, status charging, health is perfect. We're at the battery voltage it's saying is 13.31, and it gives your capacity and then your current state of charge. Now at a glance, that's super handy. I don't have to worry about looking at indicators or anything like that. If I'm just on the boat or near the boat, I can simply tap into this and I can see the exact status of the battery. So if I go into this next window, you can see 13.32 volts, and the current coming out of the battery is, or into it rather, is plus 11 amps. So if you can see that scale, let me try to focus here a bit. You can see on the right hand side, or the plus side, we could go up to 300 amps, and then back here that would be current that we're using. So obviously when I'm engaging the trolling motor, that needle is going to go the opposite direction, so it'll say minus and then whatever the current is. It also gives the temperature, as you can see in the next row down. So we're at 75 degrees right now for the battery temp. And check this out, it even counts the number of cycles. So this could be super handy, just so you know, hey, how many cycles am I at? That's a really neat feature, because although these things can handle typically, you know, 2 to maybe even up to 4,000 cycles before some degradation starts, or significant degradation, it's just nice to know where you're at here. So that's pretty cool. When we click on that third box at the top there, now we can actually see each individual cell. So when we look at that top row, this is a 4-cell battery, each cell being, you know, roughly 3.2-ish, 3.3 volts, and that's how we end up with our 12.8 nominal voltage. So moving in on that, we can see cell 1 is currently at 3.336, cell 2 3.341, cell 3 3.343, just went up, and then cell 4 3.335. Now these are constantly going to be changing and updating as it takes a charge. These things should equalize quite well between each other once the battery has a chance to settle down and you know, let the current between all of them equalize. But I guess from an initial standpoint, I am loving this app. I'm kind of a tech geek, as I'm sure you can tell by me doing this review using a GoPro. This is going to be great. I'm really going to enjoy keeping an eye on this in the boat. It's going to just make my life easier. Plus, it's kind of neat just to see what the state of charge is. And since this particular battery is at the top end of what my trolling motor recommends, I'm thinking I'm going to get many outings on it before, you know, I need to, I guess, be worried about it. But this app here is really going to help me continue to keep an eye on this. So if you got any questions, let me know. I'll try and answer it. I hope to get this installed in the next week or so in the boat, and I can report back in the comments if I have any thoughts or whatever on that. But I'm going to go grab my 40 amp lithium iron phosphate charger and then take this power supply off. We'll get this guy charged up and get it installed. So anyways, thanks. Hope you found it helpful.